into the web. You're going to want to send it to the people we need to send to that are in class.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to upload it to Google Drive first because the document will be a little long, but
Okay. All right. So what you're doing is you're just going into your Vector Impact app right now. Go into the schedule, and then you'll see a breakdown in the center, and there's a little pencil. It'll bring up the days of the week. And so for today, if you had a goal of a certain amount of appointments, or if you're using Today to Phone, then leave it at 0 or whatever number you have booked up, and then put your goal of how many you want for Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. If any of those days you're taking off, that's fine. Just put 0 there. Okay. Awesome. All righty. So, Taylor, how's the ear feeling?
Still hurts, but I feel a lot better now.
That's cool. You're going up home to get some mama lovin'.
Yeah, she says she missed me. She's even paying for my gas. She just really wanted me to come home.
Oh, that's so sweet. What a good mom. All right. So before we get started here, I just like to do a little bit of getting to know each other here. So go ahead and put in the chat what you like about the fall. What you like about the fall. What do you like about the fall? And snow in the fall? Sweaters, trees, and apple cider? Yeah. In fact, I'm going to make a decision when we're going to do Uncle John's Cider Mill. And those of you that are at SVSU, I will be there on Wednesday. If you're available for a lunch or anything, catch up with you guys one-on-one. Let me know what time works with you. Carson, you had 2 other people last week also on. You got Andrew that's always been on the last couple weeks, and Charlie. So, all right. So I like that. Okay, so we have some people going to be coming in from class. That's okay here. So, question for you guys here. All right. Think about a time you set a goal for yourself and hit it. Okay, think of a time that you set a goal for yourself and hit it. What was your mindset, skills, habits, and decisions did you exercise to accomplish that goal? Okay, so write that down. I'm going to give you guys you set a goal for yourself and hit it. What was the mindset, the skills, the habits, and the decisions did you exercise to accomplish that goal? All right. So, okay, do you guys have it? I'm going to move you guys into a breakout room. Carson, you're going to go in breakout room 2 so you can get to know the group a little bit. Okay.
cool.
Awesome. So you guys are gonna go in there, you're gonna get 30 seconds each. Okay, 30 seconds each. So at 1:08, you'll come back into the room. Okay. All right. I'll see you guys soon. So remember, one person will share for 30 seconds, the next person.
Might help if I unmute myself. I thought I was alone for a second. I was like, oh,
Nope, nope, I'm coming in with you. So, Taylor, why don't you go first?
well, I mean, my goal I beat was kind of boring. I just wanted to be undefeated in the volleyball team that year and just practice harder and thought more positive and was focused.
Okay, awesome. So I have a lot of these, but I think one of the ones that I wanted to choose was from a couple of years ago. It was during what we call J Pro. So my goal was to sell $10,000 in 14 days to win a trip. And some of the things like the adversity that I had to overcome. So this was back whenever we did all in-person stuff. So like we had to like drive to customers' homes. And on the first day, my car broke down. So I had to figure out how to like get places, do those things, wake up early, borrow cars from people. And I still hit my goal, which was really awesome. But it really took a lot of effort and energy, like having a find a way mentality, so to speak. So yeah.
All right, looks like we have to go back.
All right. You was undefeated in volleyball, right?
Yeah.
Or volleyball? Okay, cool.
Yep. All right. Peace.
Peace, Taylor.
Awesome. Okay. So, anyone like to share what they learned about their friend or their person in their group? Just looking for one, maybe two.
Yeah, I'll share. I learned about Taylor. Taylor's goal was to be undefeated in volleyball, and she succeeded in doing so. And some of the action steps was like putting in more work than the other people, and having like the determination to do it, and setting those goals for herself.
Nice. Anyone else have anything they want to share, even if you want to share your own? Okay, go ahead, Taylor.
He wanted to send or sell $10,000. Sorry, I don't remember the time frame, but his car broke down the first day, so he had to overcome that because he wanted to win a trip. So he had to use other people's cars and figure it out because it was when he had to do it in person.
Nice. Good job. And he figured it out, right? Because he had events and everything in that too that you have to drive to get to. Awesome. Good job. Good stuff. Anyone else? I'm not forcing you. You can. Okay. We'll move on. Okay. So getting back to the team meeting here. One, just have your calendars available. Make sure you have stuff in there. Have pen and paper, have notes, have video up, please. And at the end today, we're going to talk about submitting your goals. You're going to send them to your manager. And I know you guys have already introduced yourself. So I'm getting the most out of Zoom. So one is body language, obviously, as you guys remember, being professional in the chat. Also remember to have fun and get to know someone in the group. Video up. Make sure your goals and demos are entered in the Vector Impact app, not Q. And have your computer at speaker view versus gallery view so you can get the most, and engage in the chat and any takeaways, and engage with managers. And obviously I already covered that. So every week what we do is we focus on recognition, teaching you something to learn, having some fun, and getting you booked up afterwards. So not at 7 to 8 p.m., 11 and 12. So as far as some announcements, the next Leadership Academy interviews is October 6th. Our current contest that we're in is the Olean Push, where you guys can win some prizes. We got President's Banquet on the line, Weekend Warrior advantages. Got the SLC Push starting here this next week. I believe it's on Saturday, which is pretty sweet. And then if you ever run into someone who has a catalog, just so you guys know, you can work them a better deal by giving them stuff for free than that discounted amount if they have it, or you can just bonus it out to get it. So if you do ever have an issue with that, you'd want to call the Google Voice PDI line so someone can help you out there. If someone doesn't pick up, call 2 times in a row so they know you need help, or post in the WhatsApp you need help figuring out how to get a catalog order up. So Carson, if you can put the Google Voice phone number in the WhatsApp for me, that'd be great, because I don't think these guys have it. That's just, it goes to myself, Carson, other top people on the team. So if you need help with it, they can help you. Have that in there. Phone jams, mainly, these are the ones you want to write down, because those are not accurate. I need to fix this slide here. We have a Tuesday night phone jam that's on our division managers Zoom from 7 to 8 p.m. So if you want to hop on with people, get some appointments booked up, it's cool. Sometimes you win some cash in the drawing and that. Here on Fridays, we will do a phone jam from 11 and 12, and everyone who gets 3 booked up during that phone jam will get in a drawing for a Venmo of a $10 lunch. So, and everyone over 3 you get booked up in that hour, you get an additional chance to that drawing. So taking advantage of that. So something here, I'm gonna have you guys, oops. This is something about getting started for your day. I'm gonna put this in the chat. You'll want to take some notes and then be ready to share any takeaways in the chat, or if you want to put them in the chat, that's fine right away. And then copy and paste them for yourself, you can.
I really believe the way you start.
Okay, this is from Robin
I
Sharma.
really believe the
Share your sound, T.
I will, I'm just going to talk first, okay? But thank you, I appreciate it. How do ultra producers start their day? I know a lot of you are already doing this stuff, so if anything, it's a great thing to just take notes on that you can use for yourself to share if you ever have a club that you help run and help keep them motivated, or anything, or like a sports team that you are part of, or intramural thing, something you like to share with, help them out to get motivated. So this is a great recording of that.
the way you start your day sets up the way you live your day. I really believe that the way you win is how you begin. I really believe that if you can get that first hour right, I call it the victory hour in my book, The 5 a.m. Club, if you can calibrate that first hour to optimize what I call your 4 interior empires of mindset, heart set, health set, and soul set, then you're gonna walk out into the world at 6 o'clock where you're feeling so much more focus in this age of dramatic distraction. You're feeling so much more creativity, and you are in many ways built as a human being to express your primal genius and your creativity. If you get that first hour right, what you're also going to find is you're going to shift from fake work to real work. There are a lot of people who are busy being busy, but what's the point of being busy about the wrong things? So I know you know this, but just to really bring into sharper focus to you, there's a big difference between productivity and busy, and may we never spend our best hours just sort of being busy around trivialities. You get that first hour right, you're also going to feel a lot happier through the day, which is incredibly important, because when you are happy and you protect your hope and inspiration, then you produce amazing things and you lift all the people around you up, not only people at work, but people out on the street and people within your home. What else? You get that first hour right, and you run the 20-20-20 formula that I talk about in the book. You are going to feel so much more peaceful. There's a new term I've been playing with. It's called JPF, joy, peace, and freedom. You know, the people who say I want a jet, the people who say I want a mansion, the people who say I want a Ferrari, the people who say I want better watches, people who say I want more Facebook likes. You know, really, I don't think they want those things. I think often we don't want what we think we want. The ego is a great seducer, isn't it? Insecurity is a great hypnotizer, isn't it? And so I think in many ways we want JPF, we want joy, peace, and freedom. We want to wake up in the morning feeling this wonderful joy. We want to have this peace within our hearts, and we want to have this freedom within our lives. So that first hour, the victory hour, is mission critical to you living your greatest life. And I want you to really think about that. So what do you do when you first wake up? Well, I think it's really important to get some sweaty exercise in the 5 a.m. club. I talked about the 20-20-20 formula. The 20-20-20 formula, very simply, is this: 5 to 5:20 is all about move. Because when you move in the morning and you sweat, you'll release BDNF, brain-derived neurotrophic factor, which will optimize your cognition. It will make you think more effectively as you go through your day. Sweaty exercise in that first 20-minute pocket of move of the 20-20-20 formula will also release dopamine, which is the inspirational neurotransmitter, which gives you fire in the belly as you go through your day. University of Toronto did some research and found that the effects of a morning exercise actually last 19 hours after your workout. Cortisol, the fear hormone, is high in the morning.
By the way, how crazy is that to think? By working out in the morning, while work continues to work 19 hours afterwards. So that's pretty cool.
Exercise will reduce it. Exercise in the morning will release serotonin, which is the pleasure neurochemical, which makes you feel happy through the day. Now it's 5:20, you're feeling fundamentally different. Second part of the 20-20-20 formula, 20 minutes from 5:20 to 5:40 is all about reflection. That's where you actually contemplate, or you can write in a journal about the intentions for your day, or the values you want to stand for, or the high value targets that are going to be important for you. You might also meditate like I do every morning. You might also pray like I often do most mornings. You might simply watch the sun come up so you remember that sense of serenity that occurs at the beginning of the day. In the 5 a.m. club, I say tranquility is the new luxury. Right? So giving yourself that time from 5:20 to 5:40 where you give your time for some time for yourself is really powerful. You know, I mean, a lot of us don't have me time anymore. And we suffer from martyr complex. We're trying to be all things to all people, but how can you be your best for even your family if... And the final part of the 20-20-20 formula is all about grow. When I coach the superstars, I notice they all have a trait in common. They have massive levels of what I call curiosity IQ. They understand that the person who learns the most produces at best. Okay, so greatness belongs to the learners and fortune favors the curious. So from 5:40 to 6 o'clock, the final pocket of the 20-20-20 formula, it's when you read an autobiography, or you read a book on productivity, or you look at your game charts on your targets, or you listen to a podcast, or you watch a video course, but you give yourself that learning, because as you know more, you can do better.
Okay, so go ahead and share your takeaway from that video. Any good takeaways for you?
You really want the team. What's your approach to recruitment?
First place, come play with me. You want second place, go somewhere else.
Okay, there we go. Sorry. Got a little Kobe there. All right. Anything that stuck out for you guys? Or ladies, I should say, and gentlemen.
I can go.
Oh, I thought you guys were going to put it in the chat, but yeah, go ahead.
I think one of the things that really stuck out to me in the video, or that I got from it, was it's like, you're not gonna wake up and feel like fantastic or motivated or whatever. Those are things that you create for yourself by the actions that you take. And it's like, what routine are you setting up for yourself to make yourself successful? What are the habits that you're installing to make sure that like you hit your goal? And like, it's the little things really add up.
Cool. Awesome. Anyone else? Okay. All right. So review fall class or Olean Classic Push. You guys, by the way, have a chance to win some of these. We're going to review your fast start goal contest here too in a second. So This is for like the Leadership Academy. Some of our people are going to be going the Olean Classic Push, but for you guys, for your Fast Start Awards, again, you have till next Sunday. So you have all this weekend and next weekend. So right now, to recognize people, and I know some of you helped us with PR names, so you got some extra credit up here. But first sale in their first 3 days and first set sale. By the way, I extended yours guys is till this weekend because of the way we ran training. But already Gabrielle and Kano have won these 2 levels already. And Gabby, I believe, hit today the $1,000 level, so it's spatula spreader. So again, you guys have all the way till next Sunday for these. So take advantage of this, spend my money, okay? Really work hard to get to that 3K level by then, because love it, the 2020 Gabrielle, I just saw your thing up there. By the way, if you didn't know, if you ever want, like if there's a quote or something you like that you're like, oh, I wish I would have gotten better notes on that. If you click the 3 dots next to it, you can copy it and paste it to like your, like if you have like some sort of like, you know, digital note thing or Word document that you like to put stuff on, you can always do that. Whoops, get back here. Back there. No, there we go. So for you guys, I would say, I would like you to text me right now of what you're really focused on hitting for this end of this weekend. And then for next week, I know you shared your Fast Start goals in training, but send me a text of what level you're really focusing on. Because I'd love to see all of you hit 3 and then, you know, get the rest of the homemaker pieces is 5,000. So good stuff there. So just representing some of our people for Mount Pleasant office, you'll see number 25 is at 396, and then number 1 right now, Caleb, is at 27,000, which is exciting. For East Lansing, whoops, I must have skipped East Lansing. Oh, no, there we go. East Lansing, our top 10 right now is Lindsay at 6,100, Adriana at 7,400, Brandon over 7,800, Bethany just under 10, Autumn over 12, at 10, Heidi just under 11, Jed just under 11, and then we got Jeremy, John, and great. Jeremy, John, and Luke. Again, obviously those guys are at different levels in the business. So the newsletter, you guys, every week the newsletter comes out. And Carson, if you get a chance to post the newsletter in, well, actually, let's wait till we get the new trainees in there, and we'll, by the end of today, put this in the WhatsApp, okay? You know, the number 1 rep in the region last week was also a district manager doing events that Carson was talking about, doing 20 grand himself. But also we have Luke, you'll see at 3,400. And then you'll see Carson even on the newsletter on the top here at 2,800. We have, again, to get on the newsletter, all you have to do is sell $750 for the week, which is essentially 2 to 3 orders. And then we got Jeremy on there. We also have Marissa on there for the week. Now, next part is Weekend Warrior. So what's a Weekend Warrior is whatever, everyone who sells over 500 from Friday through Sunday night at midnight. And you'll see the number 1 Weekend Warrior last week did over $10,000. Weekends rock for doing presentations, you guys. Husbands and wives are together. They're cooking. There's nothing going on. They just got paid. You know, it's, you know, awesome time to be doing presentations, and they're utilizing the cooking needs. We also have, and then, you know, all you have to do is sell 500. So over that, whatever, you know, that's what would be my focus if I were you guys, is really getting on the Weekend Warrior. Because if you have 10 weeks in a row over 500, you get, I believe it's a hearty slicer. So it's just a consistency club. So as far as Mid-Michigan domination, our mission is to build our teams to finish 2022 strong and go into 2023 even stronger. Our fall vision as a group is $400,000. And what it means to be a baller, to be an East Lansing Mid-Michigan baller, means to be youthful in attitude, but wise in perspective. Be driven by results, but focused on the progress, and choose growth for the mission of making a difference. East Lansing and Mount Pleasant mission is to provide an environment for young people to grow in the best version of themselves, where potential is not limited and where purpose is realized. And as part of the Ballers, our $20 will be donated to Child and Family Services for every $10,000 in office sales this fall, so we can help sponsor kids getting gifts during the holidays. So that's an extra thing we do here. So the key result areas of the business that you always want to make sure you're getting down is the phone approach, scheduling, having in your schedule already your dollar signs you all have available, having phone times in your schedule, following the script word for word, and only calling your 3 stars or the people that you have tagged properly. Which, when Carson gets done with his message today with building rapport and that, I'm going to have him touch base a little bit on tags for you guys. But as far as closing, having your closing pages 7 through 10 really memorized to be really confident, and really having your recommendation approach. Those are the 3 facets, key result areas of doing presentations. So having that down. So remember K Club, 10 weeks in a row over 1,000, you get the table knives with your name engraved. Weekend Warrior, 5 weekends in a row over 500, get the, oh, it's not the Hearty Slicer, it's a Petite Santoka, which is even cooler. So just recognizing people from this past week. Oh, I didn't put the dollar amount in there for Keno. $230. Oh, some odd reason it doesn't show up everyone on there. That's weird. Oh, it's because your guys' faces are on top of it. Sorry. So we have John Sasick. That was at 168, Brandon 181, and Kano at 230. Again, every order counts, you guys. Last week we finished in the top 10 offices. Our goal this week is to build up in the top 5. And in order to do that, it takes a total team's effort. Getting over 500 this past week, we got Gabby over 500. We got Marissa over 500. And then over 1,000, and on the newsletter this week, we had Jeremy at 1,795 and Luke at 3,445. Luke is at 14 weeks over $1,000 in a row. So consistency, again, he's hit those table knife winnings quite a few times. So what I'm going to do now is stop sharing, and Carson's going to talk about building rapport. And I would really get this down, because building rapport affects so many things. It starts right on the phone in the beginning of the demo, even with people you know. And if I'm sure he's going to have this in his notes, but every time you start a demo, you should have a notebook and paper next to you and writing all the information they tell you about them. So you are remembering that throughout the presentation. So you're fully connected. And when it comes time to contact their referrals, you're more connected and up to speed of more about them, so you can connect with those people even more. So I'm going to go ahead and spotlight Carson, and he's going to take it away. You rock it out, boy. By the way, just for you guys to know, Carson sold 10 grand in the last 2.5 weeks. He, built a large referral base for himself, with not even living in the United States for a good portion of his career or his time, before Cutco, and developing a lead base here in the United States. So I would definitely get lots of pen and paper, take tons of notes, and let's give it up for Mr. Karsten.
Thank you for that introduction, T. So I'm going to talk to you guys about building rapport and building good rapport with your customers is a really easy way to increase your average order, increase your sales ratio, and increase the number of recommendations that you get just by being good at rapport. So the first thing that I kind of want to do is do a little bit of an interactive thing. And I'd like you guys to kind of say why you guys think rapport is important. So you can either unmute or you can put it in the chat for me. But why is it that you guys think rapport is important when dealing with your customers? Why do you think it's important to learn a little bit about them?
I think it's important because it'll help you be confident in how you're talking to them and what you're talking about with them.
Yeah, 100%. You have more confidence in yourself, right? Whenever you feel comfortable with them and they feel comfortable with you, that's a huge one. Yeah, I don't even have that on my list. That's a good one, Gabby. Any other ideas of why it's important? Why you feel like it's important? It's okay if you don't. So I have a couple down here for you. So the first one is you want to think about building rapport as building a connection, which builds trust with your customers. So if your customers don't trust you, they're not going to buy Cutco from you. So you have to develop that mutual trust between you and your customers. The second reason why it's important is this is the only part of the script of the entire demo that isn't scripted. This is how you show your personality with your customers, with the people that you're engaging. This is how you show them that you're you. The third thing is this allows you to learn about your customer. Knowing them well will help you figure out what they need more effectively. So like if you don't know what your customer cooks, if you don't know how often they cook, if you don't know what they like cooking, right? It's really hard for you to make a suggestion that they feel confident in. But if they know you know all their habits, if they know you know what they cook, it makes it a lot easier for them to trust your recommendations when going through the demo. All right. So this really allows you to learn your customer. And the fourth thing is you're really trying to make a friend when you're on a demo. When you do the presentation from a place of mutual respect, you have the best demos. They are more fun and you sell more. I write this down in your notes, but this is something I always look to do when I'm dealing with a customer. I look to make a friend before I make a customer. I want to make a friend before I make a customer. So that's kind of what you guys want to look for whenever you're building your report. And this is why it's so important in your presentations. Okay, so where do you actually build rapport? There are certain sections in the demo where it's key that you build a lot of rapport. So I'm going to cover where you build rapport, and then I'm going to cover how you build rapport in those sections. Okay, so the first place where you build rapport is it starts with the phone call. Okay, so whenever you have that initial phone call with your customers, and you're like, hey, Susan, your friend mentioned, you want to have something to say on top of that, right? Oh, Susan said that you were super nice. This is why it's important to take notes when getting recommendations with your customers. Build it through things their friends said about them. So the example that I have right here, it's like, oh, Susan said you were a fantastic cook, super nice, and I should ask you about your cookies, right? So like if you have that information preset whenever you make that phone call, well, first of all, the person that you're calling knows that you actually know Susan, and then you know something about that person. So it automatically starts building that trust within them. And it doesn't just have to be cookies, right? Oh, you're super nice. She says you work with a bunch of kids, or whatever the situation is. You want to make sure that you're referencing something that your previous person who recommended them said. When you're getting them on Zoom/Google Meets or FaceTime, the way you help them log on really sets the tone for the presentation. So really work with them, take your time, be patient, but like the process and actually helping those customers with their tech really sets the tone. So like if you're super flustered, if you're like, oh my gosh, it's gonna set the tone in a negative way. So it's like, even if things are super janky and it's not going the way you want it to, have that presence and just be friendly. It's gonna set the tone in the right way. If you get frustrated with tech, it'll hurt your rapport. Deal with any issues with a smile and a no big deal mentality. All right. The next section where you build rapport is on the first page. So I have screenshots of what you want to do. So whenever I'm building rapport with my customers, I like doing it face to face with them. So even though the script has you build rapport while you're on the phone, I kind of switch this. So what I do is I make sure they're on Zoom and Google Meets first, and then I work on catching up with them. So it's a lot easier to build a connection whenever you see each other face to face. Second is, the second page is also about building rapport, but it's designed more for your customer to learn more about you. So really go in depth with your goals so they understand you as an individual. So the first section is all about learning about them. The second section is letting the customer learn about you. That's why goals are so important. All right, now you don't just stop building rapport after that section. The third page also helps you build rapport by helping the customer downloading the app. Like I said, helping your customer with tech issues or like downloading the app or anything like that, that helps build commonality and trust with the customer. That in itself is building rapport. During the video is a huge opportunity to build rapport as well. I'm going to go through specific things that you guys can say here in a little bit, but those are the areas that building rapport really takes a big step forward. So you really want to focus on building it during those sections. All right, so simple things to focus on during rapport building. The first one is you want to ask open-ended questions so they can tell stories, and then you can compliment and affirm what they said. So what made you decide to move where you are? So then they talk about, oh, I really like this and this. Then you can connect and say, oh, I really like that part in that area too. It starts creating those common grounds with your customers. What's your favorite thing to do where you live? It starts talking about their activities. What do they like doing? How did you two meet? Talk about their story, right? This helps you understand more about them. Ask how your husband and wife met. Get both wife and husband involved in building rapport, right? So you don't just want to talk to the wife. You don't want to just talk to the husband. You want them to like tell stories together. Have them really get involved. You're building a connection so you want to create those me too moments with your customers. When you find a hobby or common interest, talk about it. Don't just like let that fall to the wayside. If you have some knowledge in a topic, it's fun to talk about it. If you both like football, talk about football. One of my favorite stories is I had a customer who really liked talking about aliens. We literally talked about aliens for like 20 minutes and he bought a Galley Plus 6 from me. So like spend those times with those customers. It really does make a difference whenever you're working with them. Your goal is to get them to talk so you can listen. When people feel heard and listened to, they feel comfortable. So that's really what your goal is to get your customers to talk as much as you can. Always be the positive force. So if a topic is negative, switch topics. So like a good example of this is if they hate their job, don't talk about their job. Okay, like immediately move on to a different subject. When building rapport should always be positive things that you're talking about. All right, you want to use the 80-20 rule. Basically, they're talking 80% of the time, you're talking 20% of the time. You want them to be engaged as much as possible when building rapport with them. You want to focus on not talking so much at them, but with them. So it's a conversation, not a list of questions that you have for your customers. So like, I'm going to give you questions that you can ask, but like, don't just use them as a list, use them as a springboard. So like you ask a question, they respond, then you respond to what they actually said. Acknowledge what they said before moving on to another topic. All right. It's not like you're doing an interview where it's just a bunch of questions. You're trying to get to know them. They're trying to get to know you. Okay. a smooth transition into the demo is really important. So basically, what my goal was whenever I was building rapport is like, I get really comfortable with my customers. And then basically whenever they were ready for the demo, that's whenever we did the demo. So whenever they would ask the question like, so what's this Cutco thing all about? That's whenever I would then be able to go into my demo. So you really want to build those connections. That's the main goal at the beginning. All right. So here's some simple questions and examples to help initiate conversations with your customers and specific topics that you like kind of want to focus on. So page 1 questions, these are questions you're going to ask during like that first page. So one of them is family. Talk about their family as much as they can. Kids, what are they doing? What grade are they in? What activities do they do? What are they good at? How is school going? How are their extracurriculars? How is their social life? Take notes on all of it, okay? You need to know what the kids are doing because those are potential recommendations, right? All of those kids' activities that they do, they have parents that are also at those activities. This will also give you ammo for X, there you go. How's their job? How did they get into their job? How long have they been doing it? What did they love about it? How are their coworkers? Once again, setting the seat. If they love their job, they probably love their boss. Their boss is a great rec. Their coworkers are great recs. Talk about their accomplishments. So like talk about their school. Talk about what college was like. What other projects do they have? What other activities do they have? People like talking about the things that they've accomplished in life. If they do anything like volunteer work, if they do anything to give back to their communities, make sure that you're talking about those sorts of accomplishments with your customers because it makes them feel good. If in person, talk about their home. When they moved in, why they chose that area, what do they love around them, those type of things. It's really easy to compliment like their yard, their photos on their wall. You can do this virtually too. If they have a ton of photos behind them, accomplishments, plaques, and things like that, ask them about those. That way they can talk about it. Ask them about their travel. See where they've been. Talk about their trips, where their favorite travel locations. Maybe you've been to one of those locations and you can create some common interest. What are their plans moving forward? Like what fun activities do they have coming up? What are they excited about doing in the next 3 months? Ask about their hobbies. What do they like cooking and eating? This is another really important part because this will help you sell them knives. If you know what they like cooking and what they like eating, it helps bring that all together. Take notes on all of it, okay? Like you really want to have like a page of notes about your customer whenever you're done with your presentation. So the next part of building rapport is your goals. Goal sharing is about impressing your customers and tying them into what you're doing, okay? So the goals aspect of the demo is has such a huge impact on your customers. You've already built a connection in trust with your customer. They want to help you. You just have to show them how. That's why you have goals. It shows the customer how they can help you. They want to help you, trust me. If you're a friend, you want to help your friend, right? So because you've already built that connection and trust with your customer, they're going to want to find a way to help you. So that's why sharing your goals is such a huge part of building rapport with your customers. Be impressive with your goals, okay? Go above and aboard. Make them wish that you were their kid. That was basically what my goal was. My goal was to like, after I finished sharing my goals, I wanted my customer to like think in the back of their head, like, gosh, why is little Timmy not as good as Karsten? What is happening? I wish Karsten was my kid. That was kind of like my goal going in to sharing my goals with my customers. So be as impressive as you can with those goals. Some simple things. So if you're someone who's in school right now, talk about your major and your goals long term. Don't go like surface level, go deeper than that. So like your goals shouldn't just be to make X amount of money or whatever. It should be like, hey, my family really struggled. So like I need to pay for a school. The reason why I'm working so hard is because I want to prove to my little siblings that it's something that they can achieve. Or whatever your deep level is, that's what you want to do. Go 3 whys deep, right? So it's like, why do you need to make money for school? All right. Well, why is making that money important? Okay, well then go a third one deep. Go 3 whys deep to go on that deeper level for your goals. Why is this job going to help you accomplish your dream? If you're not in school, talk about your goals with advancement, the skills that you're going to develop, and why is this important to like your family? Why is Cutco important to you? So those are just some simple things on like how you can really approach sharing goals and how it ties in to your rapport building. And then during the video, ask so many questions during the video. You want to ask food questions. So ask what they like eating. When it shows food during the video, ask if they like eating that. Cooking questions, ask about their cooking habits. How do you cut that? How do you like to prepare that? What's your favorite dish with tomatoes? So on, so forth. It's about being as engaged as possible and then letting them respond. Ask friend questions. So like while the video is playing, who do you know that cooks that? Who makes the best lasagna? Who makes the best homemade pizza? Write those names down because it's going to come into play during recommendations. Take notes on what they say. I think this is a common theme here. Take a ton of notes on what they say, all right? So in conclusion, whenever it comes to like building rapport with your customers, rapport is about making the experience as comfortable for the customer as possible. When they feel heard and listened to, they will feel confident and they're going, well, what did I just write there? Yeah, they're going to feel like they're getting the right product because someone they trust is helping them with it. Rapport gets you more recommendations. When you know all their activities and what they're doing, it helps you get those thought joggers out there to them. What about little Timmy's baseball moms? You love everyone at work. What about Tim and Jack? You said Susan loves cooking. It gives you more ammo to get more recommendations. And then finally, your demos are going to be way more fun when you make a friend every time. So that's really all I had for you guys on building rapport with your customers and where you want to focus on those different levels. So do you guys have any questions for me?
I was gonna say, Carson, really great information. Some things that I really got from this talk that I think I forget, and what reminded me of this when Carson said it is based on some of the feedback forms I've gotten from customers when people are doing their appointments, is that when I was sharing my goals and why I was working hard, I wanted to impress the customer and then be like, wow, I want my kid, or I want to be as motivated as this person. Okay, they want to be impressed, and they're like impressed by me taking action and stuff, not waiting for things to happen, you know. And that's how my customers always felt. Like I even like still to this day, like my customers, I may have not even talked to them in a while, I still get Christmas cards from them, and I get, you know, I get them to like send me, you know, extra referrals, or they refer me and recommend me to people still 20 years later, because they are always knowing what my goals are, even as a district manager. So realizing that really matters. You know, some people are like, well, I don't want to share my goals because I feel like I'm like selfish or whatnot. That's not it, you guys. They need to know why you're doing this. And why you're working for it. So it means something. In fact, I had a customer say something in someone's feedback form of, didn't seem like they really know why they were working. Didn't give them the best motivation. They didn't get referrals, by the way. They didn't get the sale. In fact, they said, I think I'm gonna call my past Cutco rep and buy from them. So if you don't think it's not anyone on this call, don't worry. But like, just to give you an idea, it does make a difference. You know, also make sure you're showing up excited, ready to go. Like, I mean, I could tell Taylor's ready to go. I could tell Kano, no, she's getting her graduation photo, but I mean, she looks, she could like go on a model shoot. Gabby's ready to go, you know, they want to see you're ready to go. Like, you're excited. Like, obviously, I might not be dressed professional, but it's kind of like in the fun part of the fact that yesterday Kansas City won, you know, I was pretty excited. And Kelsey's like my favorite player. But other than that,
I wish I had Kelsey on my team.
I do. I wish I did too, but he didn't. He only scored 7.4 points yesterday, so that's okay.
Better than my tight end will do.
But anyway, so just, you know, if you're gonna do it like a theme like that, like if it's Halloween time, dress up and wear your little, you know, ears. You know, Christmas time, I used to wear a little like Santa hat, or I decorated my background in lights. Same thing with, you know, Halloween. If you're gonna, or like get it fall like fun in the background, you know, like decorate, because, you know, that's just kind of a fun thing to, you know, dress things up if you want. And it does get conversation going. Like, I heard someone yesterday talk about like what they do for Halloween is they go to Frankenmuth. I'm from Frankenmuth. I'm like, oh, you guys go to Frankenmuth? That's so cute for Halloween. And, you know, just getting that connection, but really sharing those goals. So like when you say, hey, my goal for my fast start, you know, if you re-review the thing, you can show it to them. My goal is to hit $5,000 in sales. The reason it's so important to me is one, I want to get the repetition down. I want to hit a couple promotions. I want to advance. So it looks great on my resume and puts me on track for that President's Club letter, that I can get a written letter of recommendation from the president and CEO of the company. He's ranked the number 27 CEO in the US. And they have that on my resume. It looks phenomenal. Plus, I have the Century Club. I can get a chance to win a $500 scholarship where when I complete 50 appointments by the end of the semester. So this way they know you're going after something and why you're going after it. It's so important to put those in there. So don't forget it and don't take it for granted, okay? And letting them know where you're at, because they're going to want to hear about it. So thanks. Anything else anyone wants to share or had questions on with what Carson covered? Awesome. Go ahead and put one nugget that you got from Carson in the chat or what you liked about his talk, please. That would be great. And then I think we had to have a trainee on. That's okay though. I think it's on Adrian. Is that her? What is it, Adrian?
Yeah, Adrian is on.
Adrian is on training an hour and a half early. It's okay. She's getting some good goods. Okay, so we got the teaching topic there. So a few things, you guys, I want to cover before we wrap things up here and, you know, get you guys going. You know, I appreciate our staff a ton. You know, this next week, if you guys want to win some Cutco bucks, I'm going to be at Michigan State Monday and Tuesday morning working on getting some advertising out. For every hour you help us out, or even if you can't do it in the morning, you want to take some posters and put them up for us, you get $10 an hour in Cutco for helping with advertising. Wednesday, I'll be at SVSU. So if you guys want time with me, those that are at SVSU, let me know. And Tuesday, I believe too, I'm going to do a lunch and greet thing that if you guys want to meet me for lunch on Tuesday mornings, or afternoon, if you have free time, you're welcome to take advantage of that. Again, it's not an obligation, just an invitation. It gives you extra time. And as we move forward here into October, you guys will have the option to do the team meeting in office and then phone jam beforehand or after in office if you want in East Lansing. Those of you that are more than an hour away, don't worry about it. But you'll have that option if you want to be in person versus, you know, the Zoom. But we'll still be doing the Zoom team meeting. It just gives you another option of one-on-one time. And if you want to get a sample kit, and this week I'll be in the office, in the East Lansing office, Saturday morning from 9 to 11 a.m. or actually 9 till noon, where you can get a kit. We'll teach you how to utilize it, especially for if you want to do in-person appointments, and then, or just use it for yourself so you can get more experience with it. But I do know that Gabrielle and Kano got mailed a trimmer already from your fast start for winning. So you got a piece of Cutco already coming your way because it just gets mailed right to you, okay? As far as promotions, Gabrielle hitting her first 1K promo, pay raise of 15%. Next is 3K. I bet you could hit that by Monday night. That'd be exciting. And just reviewing the schedules and that, this kind of looks, Carson and I need to clean this up and get a little bit more clear on this, but this is what you do need to know. So Fridays, we're gonna work on having phone jam in the morning beforehand, if someone can run that, even though we have a conference call as managers, but also after the team meeting. So if you don't have your 3 booked up by Monday night, from Friday to Monday night, you just stay on, make 10 calls, or call 10 people, or book up 3, whatever comes first. If you book up 3 and 5 calls, then you can hop off. Makes sense? Just helps you out. But if you have a class or something, you're always excused. But we do have a Saturday morning phone jam too, or Saturday tomorrow we'll be in the office or on Zoom, whatever is, convenient for your distance wise. But as far as this quote, wait, oh shoot, I know what happened. Hold on a second. I didn't update it. There we go. I had fixed the edits and then it didn't do it. All right, so this is just since Tuesday, you guys. Orders on, and this does not include Carson's next. I didn't get these updates yet. But Gabby with an order on the board, we'll have another one here shortly, and then another one today, getting closer to that 3K promo. Luke Sasek already with 3 orders this week at 2,630. This is a team goal. You guys want to write this down? It takes a total team effort, meaning myself and Carson, we have to do our part by running great training, adding great people to the team, and hopefully giving you a meeting that you're going to be able to utilize and take advantage of. But our goal this week by Monday night at midnight is $10,000 in new business for representatives. That comes down to $643 per person from today to Monday. That's all we need. Okay, guys, that's 2.1 orders. So essentially it's like 3, possibly 4 demos. That's all it takes. And that's only using a $300 average order. If you look on Vector Connect, our average order is over $400. So technically it takes an order and a half, but again, we need everyone doing their part. Now, for some of you, you're like, wait, what if I get over 643? Can I cancel the rest of my demos? No, because we need some people to pass that. We need leaders doing 1,000, 2,000 over the weekend. You saw like Weekend Warrior, how many people had over 2K weekends, right? But then we're gonna have some people fall short because they have a big weekend going on and they have other stuff going on and they might not be able to hit that number. So it's part of being in the team. It takes a total team effort. So guys, I appreciate you guys a ton. You're rocking. And then as far as I mentioned this before, why weekends rock, husbands and wives together. People just got paid. People are in a good mood. Families are cooking more. Homeowners spend more money on the weekends. There's less conflicts for scheduling. It's like the work hard, play hard. I would love having demos late on Friday night and then the next morning tailgate and then party really hard on Saturday. And then they have my Sunday morning demo right away at 10. So even though I might have been playing a little hurt, by winning right in that demo, just rock it out and sell a big sale. Like it was like clockwork. I always had big sales after I partied really hard the night beforehand. I don't know. Maybe it was just in my head, but it just seemed like a lot more fun. So focus on your magic number and focusing on that. So I will stop there. Those of you that are phoning, go ahead and the key is that you want to have your phone approach up. You want to have your dollar signs in your schedule. And if you already have your demos booked up, you're free to hop off. If you want to stay on and keep on calling, go ahead. Just remember, we'll do the drawing of everyone who has 3 booked up during their phone jam here. We'll get in the drawing to win the $10 lunch. Every demo over that 3rd one, you get an additional chance to win that lunch Venmo to you. And other than that, you guys, next time we have team meeting next Friday as well, same time. Tuesday night, we have a phone jam as well. Wednesday night, Carson will run lead phone jams from 6 to 7:30 on Wednesday nights. And then we'll have our Friday morning one too. So, and then obviously Saturday, tomorrow, we'll be in office. So, so what I would like you guys to do is send your manager a text of your goal number appointments you want from today till Monday at midnight. Your goal number of sales of those appointments and your CPO goal. So Carson, if you want to write those in, I'll do it. So goal number, or Carson, you might write it faster than me. Number of appointments Friday through Monday. Goal number of sales Friday through Monday. CPO goal Friday through Monday. CPO stands for commission paid on. And when are your scheduled phone jams? Cool. So what that means is like when you make your schedule, you should always put your phone jam in there so you have it in your plan. But on Sunday night, you'll get a week review like Bitly that you guys can fill out for me. And then also you'll have a chance to get a laser call with me for a 15-minute call where we'll help plan out your week as well. So just have that when you get that on Sunday, it's just going to do a reflection of how this week is, what you want to learn at the next team meeting. So you guys are getting something out of the team meeting that you want to learn. And also you'll be able to set up your one-on-one time with me then too when you get that Bitly on Sunday. So cool, awesome. So those of you who are going to go hang up phoning, if you want to learn about the tags or how to call from tags, put that in the chat specifically. Otherwise, for majority of you, I know you're on your practice list, so you can easily call 10 people or whatnot, or and then just again, you should have your phone approach. If you need the phone approach, you can always find it at the Rep Mid-Mij. And again, you should only be calling people that you know right now. The bit.ly bit.ly. Oh shoot. Right. Rep Mid-Mij. And yeah, your phone approach is there. And again, you're only going to be phoning and using the training one for the new trainees. Cool. All right, awesome. So go ahead, you guys rock it out. If you're done, you're free to hop off. Otherwise, I'm excited to hear from you guys.